that you can make your new Facebook default. Who knows? It's all at smugmug.usasa.org or click the Events Photos tab in the team app. I mentioned before, we're on YouTube. We're doing live stream daily awards, Rail Jam, and Halfpipe. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a heat. And feel free to swing by later on once we post those videos. They're going to be out there forever, so grab those for your spots tape, maybe. We've got some limited edition USASA merch in the registration area. Those merch booths are going to be open each day from 9 to 5. Make sure you swing by and grab some before all your sizes disappear. One other important announcement I want to make is that if you have a skier in a Rail Jam event, or if you are just a fan of the Rail Jam event in general, you can get our VIP lounge tickets. They're still available. You can get them by clicking the Support the Journey tab in the team app or visiting the table in the registration area. Those tickets are a tax-deductible donation to USASA and give you front row heated, very important, heated seats with booze if you are of age and s'mores to keep it toasty all night long. Again, click the Support the Journey tab in the team app to get your tickets. We also have a 50-50 raffle going on this week. You can scan the QR code on the Jumbotron down by the stage to participate in it. For those of you who have never participated in the 50-50 raffle, we sell tickets. We put all the money in a big pile, and then we split it right down the middle with half going to support the USASA and the other half going to one lucky winner. You can have a nice little windfall here at Nationals this year to go home with some walking around money, or you can be the most popular person in the village this week and be Johnny Drink ticket. Who knows? Speaking of tickets, you get a free lift ticket to Copper. How? By volunteering with USASA. Head into the office down there in the registration area to find out more about how you can help out with the event and score a free lift ticket for your hard work. If you're on social media and if you're taking any photos or video this week, we are on pretty much every platform at USASA Snow. Hit those photos and videos with hashtag USASA and hashtag the letter R, USASA, so that other folks can see your great flicks and clips here at Nationals. And once again, big thank you to our presenting sponsor here at the Halfpipe all week long, Columbia. Columbia laced all of the skiers who are participating in this year's Nationals with a 50% off coupon. You can use that at Columbia.com, Prana.com, MountainHardware.com, and Sorel.com. With this new snow on the ground, my Adidas Match Court shoes got a little wet. I'm probably going to be doing some shopping for new Sorels at lunch. Can't go wrong with a set of Sorels. Classic boots. Keep it toasty in all conditions. Also, when you're taking a lunch break here or later on once the event is done, make sure to check out all of the lovely partners that we have down in the Vendor Village, such as the Vale Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery Tent. They open Summit County's first after-hours orthopedic urgent care in Frisco. One of those things that's nice to have, but not need, as opposed to needing it and not having it. Shout out to Wendell's and the White East Mountain Academy. They've got tents down in the Vendor Village. You can find out about skiing on real snow this summer out at Mount Hood, Oregon. Top to bottom chairlift rides, expert coaching, and skiing with all the pros and hottest brands on real summer snow. Can't beat that. You can sign up for a raffle at the booth for a free skate or mountain bike session as well. And of course, the White East Mountain Academy, enjoying the longest season on Earth right there at the base of Mount Hood. You can ride or ski all summer long and all winter long on real snow. They've also got other programs as well, snowboard, ski, skate, and mountain bike, with gap year programs and remote learning opportunities. Swing by the White East Mountain Academy tent in the Vendor Village to find more about the great programs that they have operating out there. And then don't forget to attend the Performance Parenting Seminar this Wednesday from 5:30 to 6:30 in the Conference Center, Bighorn City. Join multi-Olympic and X Games medal coach Mike Handley for a free brief seminar discussing training methods, proper planning, the mental state of a champion, and support systems that you can use at home to help your next generation athlete achieve their goals. Finally, if you got a little money burning a hole in your pocket, or heck, maybe if you win that 50-50 raffle, consider a donation to the National Championships grants. In partnership with USASA Foundation, we are awarding $20,000 in scholarships and $500 and $1,000 grants to those who qualify for nationals each year, but need a little extra help getting over the financial bump to make it out of the copper. Those grants will be announced later on this week, but check out the grants program, and like I said, if you got some money that you can let loose, I can't think of a much better option right now here at Nationals than to throw it to the National Grant Foundation. Okay. Happy Palm Sunday to those who celebrate. Yeah. We got the big holiday coming up, but we're enjoying a beautiful Sunday out here at Copper Mountain. Clouds are breezing through the sky. We got sun in the pipe and fresh snow on the ground. Best of all worlds, in my opinion. Oh, a great day at Copper Mountain for Nationals this year. Just a few minutes, about 4 away from getting things underway for boys breaker division. 8 going finals, 29 lining up. So 21 are going to be able to have a nice afternoon of skiing here at Copper Mountain, and the other 8 are going to get another 2 runs to impress the judges and see if they can go home with a medal in today's event. We also have men's youth this afternoon as well. 7 skiers in that division. So we'll burn through those runs pretty quick in addition to the finals, and hopefully we'll get you out of here in time to get some tasty turns yourself. All right, so again, we are just moments away from getting things underway for boys breaker qualifying runs. First drop we're going to have in the boys breaker is going to be bib 1459, Luke Geiser, out of the Aspen Snowman Series. And I'll give you a sneak peek. This is the top three drops. 1454, Adrian Dew, out of the Rocky Mountain Series, is going to drop second. And then we've got 1437, Tommy Carmody, out of the Appalachian Series. That's going to be your first three drops. Looks like we have a DNS, so we're cutting the field down to 28. Just got a little easier to get into finals, folks. And don't forget, with a sun out like this, make sure you're keeping yourself protected from the elements. If you do not have a bottle of sunscreen, benevolent announcer Terrence will make your day right now. Make your way over to the booth. I got a bottle right here. I don't want anyone going home looking like Lobster Lenny from this trip. So if you need some sunscreen, swing by the booth. I got you covered. I got you right here, Val. All right, judges are ready. We're going to keep things underway here at Day 1 USASA Nationals 2022 Ski Week. First drop, 1459, Luke Geiser out of the Aspen Snowman Series. I'm going to do my best to count up all these rotations. We saw a lot of the practice runs. These skiers did not come for the play. They are here to throw down. And speaking of which, here comes Luke for run number one. We'll see if I'll be able to manage. Luke gets things started with the right and left air in the pipe. Winding up on hit 3 for alley-oop left 360. Faking out 4 for a fakie left 3. So back-to-back threes for Luke. There's a right 5. Good rotation, putting the ski down flat base on the wall, transition. Good speed into a left air. And then that'll do it. That's run number one from Luke Geister. Next to drop is going to be bib 1454, Adrian Dew, out of the Rocky Mountain Series. One more time for the Sheepsies. You can get all the live scores on liveheats.com/USASA or open up your USASA team app. One very up. Back to the action. Here we go. Adrian's dropping in. 1454 out of the Rocky Mountain Series to run one. Adrian, big glossy left air to kick things off. Well above the lip of the pipe. Good right air at the lip of the pipe on hit number 2. Winding up on 3 for the left air. Into alley-oop left 180 for Adrian on the 4th hit. He's got good airs in the run with the left 180 as his rotation. As he's coming down to the last part of the pipe, there's a left 5, but leaning into the right hip on the landing. We're going to back up, see if he can clean it up for run 2. That's Adrian Dew. Next to drop, 1437, Tommy Carmody out of the Appalachian Series. Supported by Freestyle, your source for adrenaline sports. 1437, Big Tom is going to be dropping in next. Third drop out of 28 skiers in the boys breaker division. You see some of the great photographers up on the deck of the pipe. Again, you can get those photos at smugmup.usasa.com. Here comes Tommy for run number 1. Dipping into the shade of the first hit for a left air, grab safety. Right air, popping low and landing high on the walls of the 22-foot pipe here at Copper Mountain. There's 4 good airs to start off run number 1 for Tommy. Nice safety grab the left air. Let's make some noise for Tommy Carmody. All right, I'm going to do my best on this one. 14:55 next to drop out of the inbound series. Braden Campopiano. 14:55 dropping in next. One special request that I'll make for all the lovely folks up here in the gallery. If you do hear me mispronounce a name, I've been working hard to scan a list this morning. Feel free to come over and give me tips. I want to get these names right for all the athletes. The goal here is to give these folks the same type of experience that you'd expect to receive in all the big events like the X Games, the Two Tours, heck, even the Olympics. USASA really stepped up their game this year with a live scoring, and I want to make sure that we have these folks feeling like the true champions that they are after they take their runs. And a part of that is getting the name right. So here comes Braden, 14:55, dropping in for run number one. Starting things off with a nice right air above the lip of the pipe. Winding up on two for the left 540. Braden's got a good start to the first run. There's a right three coming in fakey on hit number four. There's a switch air back to regular for Braden. Safety grab on the right air. And winding up at the bottom of the pipe for left five. Putting it down. Let's make some noise. Braden Campopiano. Next to drop in 14:57, Brody Clark out of the Central Oregon series. We saw Central Oregon make their way into opening ceremonies last night. Lots of great skiing and riding coming out of that series, courtesy of Mount Bachelor, tucked away right there in kind of like the high desert area of Oregon. Just east of the Cascades, one of the best kept secrets of Oregon. And you can visit the Woodward program that they have out at Mount Bachelor as well. We saw a big Mount Bachelor Woodward banner with the Central Oregon Series yesterday. Here comes Brody for run number one. Brody getting things kicked off with a right air on the first hit. Grabbing Jude, I believe, on hit number two. Alley-oop left 180 on hit three for Brody. Alley-oop right 180. So back-to-back alley-oop rotations in the top half of the pipe for run one into a right three. There's a switch air regular to bring it back as he gets into the last few hits of this first run. Alley-oop left 180 and a left 360. Make some noise, folks. Brody Clark from Central Oregon. Next to drop is going to be bib 14:26, Bennett Metz from the Appalachian Series. Bennett, one of the younger breakers at the age of 13, will be able to compete in the breaker division next year as well. We'll see if we can get his breaker career kicked off with the entrance into the finals for the boys breaker division. Current leaderboard is Braden first, Luke in second, Tommy in third, and Adrian in fourth. Brody's scores are rolling in right now. We'll see where he fits in that lineup. Brody bumping up to third with Tommy and Adrian bumping down one spot. Again, we're looking for Bennett Metz on the next drop. And here comes Bennett. Bennett going sans poles in run number one. Starting off the first run with a left and right air in the pipe. One of the things the judges are definitely going to be looking for this week is going to be consistency on both walls. That's always going to help you out in the scores. And Bennett's doing a good job of getting airs on both sides right now as he shall receive. Make some noise for Bennett Metz. Run number one. Next to drop is going to be bib 14:56, Nathan Schuler out of the Mount Hood Series, another Oregon, supported by Wyndham Freestyle Team and the Northeast Snowboard Team. We got a regular Bo Jackson of the snow sports world out here. Bit of a dated reference, but playing in a couple different ponds when it comes to his snow sports activities. I will say very quickly for those of you down in the gallery, if you want to get a more up close and personal vantage point, you can feel free to hike up the left side, the looker's left of the pipe, but please stay on that left side of the closure rope. We're reserving the deck for athletes only. Hopefully they won't be utilizing the deck, but we don't want to throw them off on their runs with too many cuckoo birds in their periphery. We got a nice little crowd down here in the gallery for today's event. All right, looks like Charlie McIntosh is dropping in. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Henry Mahady. We got a bit of a curveball thrown at us. Henry participating in the New Hampshire series and getting a good run on one. Great speed and good airs. Alley-oop right one with a single ski right out. It's kind of like those no-hander landers. Make some noise. Henry Mahady. Is 1446 the DNS? Yes? 46 was the DNS. Okay. All right, next to drop will be bib 1433, Campbell Burnett from the Rocky Mountain Series. All right, one more reminder for all the folks here and at home. We are using a new system this year. There might be a couple hiccups. We apologize for those in advance if they happen. Stay tuned, and we'll make sure to get all the correct scores for the correct skiers plugged in. You might see some updates. Looks like the current frontrunners are Braden Campopiano in 1, Brody Clark in 2, and Luke Geiser in 3. Again, we're looking for the top 8 to move on to finals later on this afternoon with the men's youth division. And we're waiting on Campbell Burnett to drop next, 14.33. I take that back. Campbell decided he was going to get some tasty turns instead of riding pipe today. We've got Fisher Gentz dropping in next from the Aspen Snowmass Series. Bib 14.49, supported by Mom and Dad. Fisher will be dropping next here at the Halfpipe for the boys breaker division. And we're off. 14.49, Fisher dropping in. Yeah, getting a little bit of a tasty spray on that drop. There's a good left air to start off run 1. Back-to-back airs on 1 and 2, winding up on 3 for a left 540. Putting it down clean and cruising across the flat of the pipe into a right air. Fisher's got a good run started thus far. Let's see what else he's got for us. Big lofty left air on the looker's left of the pipe into an alley-oop left 180. Perfect landing and popping for some speed into a left 540. Fisher Gensch. Next to drop will be bib 1443, Quinlan Peterson out of the North Tahoe Series. Hard to believe that more time has passed between now and when this song came out than when I was a middle schooler in the 90s listening to Led Zeppelin. I feel like every time I talk about how these are now the golden oldies, another gray hair appears in my beard. But we're getting wiser, folks, in addition to older. We're also taking a lot of inspiration from some of these young skiers. If you've never participated in a ski contest, and maybe you're getting a little wiser yourself, stay tuned for more action later on this week in the Masters, Legends, and Methuselah divisions for the 30, 40, 50, and 60-plus crowd. Best time to plant a tree is 30 years ago. Second best time is today. Looks like Quinlan also opting out for today's event. We're going to have Logan Parham up next from the Rocky Mountain Series. 14.48 dropping in right here. Here we go. Holy moly, huge left 5. for Logan to start off run number one. Back-to-back fives with a right on the second hit. What do y'all call those? Flare. And alley-oop flat 5. My man is on fire right now. Left 7. Holy cow. Make some noise for 1448 Logan. We saw Logan hiking the pipe at the end of practice, and now we know why. Got a deep bag of tricks, and he's showing them off for the judges. Got a sneaking suspicion that's going to put him in a qualifying spot for finals. If that's his qualifying run, I can't wait to see what a finals run looks like from Logan. Next to drop will be bib 1429, Ryder Hutchinson from the Aspen Snowmass Series, and he's on course. Supported by Orvis. Good speed into a right 1 in the breeze up there on the deck of the pipe. Left 540 on hit number 2 for Ryder. And a right air to follow up the 5. Good first few hits, and he's setting up, it looks like. Alley-oop 3 into a switch left 3. Right air. Man, these skiers not messing around. Nice little cross there for Ryder Hutchinson. Next to drop is going to be Braden Freeman wearing bib 1442 out of the Central Oregon Series. And we are past the halfway point for drop number 1 in the boys breaker division. We're going to work through the rest of the first runs, and then we're going to get all the skiers back up for their second runs. Sounds like Braden is ready to go. And here we go as the sun shines down on Copper Mountain. Getting things started with a right air, dipping in the shade for a left 540. Dipping the shoulder a little bit on that 5. Alley-oop left 180 to follow it up. So left 5 and an alley-oop left 1. There's an alley-oop right 1, so a 3 rotation combo right now for Braden. Alley-oop left 1. He's going to keep it going. Holy cow, going for left 5, but getting a little too dipped. All right, we are going to get, we're going to get patrol on deck for Braden. Looks like he took a nasty spill there. We're going to hold on the course. Well, he's back up. I will let you folks know in the gallery that we do have patrol. We got one coming down right now. We'll get Braden checked out. I couldn't believe it. Not even like this. Not one bad ball. No deck. Wait, is he already running? All right, like I said, we'll get Braden checked out down here with the lovely ski patrol of Copper Mountain. I feel like he's got to clear the basin before we can start sending. All right. While we're getting Braden checked out, We'll get back to the action here in the pipe. Next to drop, 1438, Jaden Peck out of the Unbound series, supported by Essentia Water, your home solid guaranteed realty, and BC Goggle Co. Here we go for Jaden's first run. Right 5 in the breeze. Shout out to head judge Dan up here. I couldn't see that. Left 5. Alley-oop flat 5 on the third hit, so great 3 tricks to start off the first run. Left 3 coming in switch. Switch right 360 for Jaden. And a spray on the wall of the pipe for Jaden Peck. Great run. We'll see how that stacks up against the current leaders of Logan, Ryder, Braden, Fisher, and Brody. Next to drop will be bib 1435, Max Loveless out of the North Tahoe series, supported by Oakley, Vocal, Dalbello, Marker, and Blue Zone Sports. Max Loveless dropping in next. All right, sounds like Max is ready. Here we go for run number 1. Good down transition for Max, and a great flare to kick things off on the first hit. Alley-oop left 180 on wall number 2 for Max. Left air on hit 3. Grabbing mute on that left air. Right and left to follow it up. Getting good amplitude on these airs as he gets down towards the bottom of the pipe. And that'll do it for Max Loveless out of the North Tahoe series. Next to drop, bib 1432, Evan Wishmeyer. Whoa, Evan with a big support staff down here in the gallery from the Rocky Mountain series, and supported by what is quite possibly the coolest sponsor I've seen on the list, Haichu. Also, Monster Army and Switch Designs, Evan Wishmeyer dropping in next. All right, here we go for Evan. Evan, huge speed. Wow, my goodness, boosting overhead on the first left into a flare on hit 2. Winding up on 3 for a left 540. Judges are chittering and chattering here in the booth. Right 540, back-to-back 5s after the flare. And there's alley-oop right 5. He ain't done yet. Alley-oop left 180. That is Evan Wishmeyer. Big pop from the crowd down here in the gallery. Great first run. Next to drop, Mr. Palindrome 1441, Liam Brogdon out of the Rocky Mountain series. Supported by Coex. We saw Liam also hiking the pipe at the end of practice. Thirsty for one more hit before getting things into qualifying runs for the boys breaker division. Another thing I'll give you all a heads up for, we do the USASA food drive at Nationals every year. I'm not sure if the bins are out yet, but if at the end of the week you have any non-perishable, unopened food, if at Safeway the other night your eyes were maybe a little bigger than your stomach, bring that stuff to the registration center and throw it in the food drive boxes. We're going to bring it down to the food bank of Silverthorne and make sure that it gets in the hands of folks that are really going to appreciate you considering them as a good place to get some of that unopened, non-perishable food. Looks like we're down to the last 7 drops with Liam Brogdon kicking it off for us. Once we get through these last 7, we're going to bring all the skiers back up for their second runs here on Day 1 USASA Nationals Boys Breaker Division. Once we get through second runs, we're going to take the top 8 from this division, put them into finals. We'll have another practice session. We'll have men's youth later on this afternoon, 7 skiers lined up for that division, and the finals runs for the boys breakers. And I'll tell you what, with some of the skiing we've seen thus far this morning, I am very excited to see what these fellas are going to throw down in finals. Current leaderboard, we got Logan Parham in first, Evan Wishmeyer in second, Jaden Peck in third, Ryder Hutchinson in fourth, Braden Campopiano in fifth, Fisher Gensch in sixth, Brody Clark in seventh, and Max Lovelace in eighth. That is the current qualified for finals skiers, but a lot of action in store, so I would not be surprised in the least to see this get shaken up a little bit before we actually get to finals. All right, again, Mr. Palindrome, bib 1441. Liam Brogdon in for run 1 and way out on the left 5. My goodness. Back-to-back 5s left and right on the first 2 hits. There's a left 7 coming in switch on 4 for a switch right 360. Liam with a great run, spinning on every hit into a left 9. My goodness. Liam Brogdon makes some noise, Rocky Mountain Series. Like I said, we're going to see that top 8 get shaken up after a great run from Liam. Next to drop will be bib 1436, Kainoa Pyle out of the Central Oregon Series, supported by Icelandic Skis, Mount Bachelor. This one always throws me for a loop. Scarejas? Ski Shop? Shershaw? Anon and Blackstrap Incorporated. Kainoa Pyle dropping in next, wearing bib 1436. And here we go, run number 1 for Kainoa. Big right air right in front of the lens of that photographer on the deck of the pipe into a left 9er. Great composure on that spin into a flare on hit number 3. Back-to-back flat 5 on the looker's left wall into a right 7. And a switch air to regular. That's Kainoa Pyle. That's a great run, but I think Kainoa knows that he can clean it up a bit in run number 2. I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the top 8 with something like that. But don't forget, the drop order is predicated on how you qualify. So even if you're already in finals, you might want to bump up that score so you can drop last and see all the other runs by all the other skiers. You can kind of cater your run to what you think is going to put you at the top of the leaderboard for podium action later on this afternoon. Next to drop will be bib 1445, Owen McKibben from the Rocky Mountain Series. We got 5 drops left here, including Owen. And then back up to the top. So right now we've got a Rocky Mountain sweep of the top 3 scores thus far between Liam, Logan, and Evan. Top qualifying score is a 93.25, and the bubble score right now is a 64.50. So if you want to break into the top 8, you got to get a 64.75. Here comes Owen McKibben, seeing if he can edge his way into that Elite 8. Cork 9 on hit number 1 for Owen. Off to a great start, right 5. So Cork 9, right 5, left 7. Coming in switch on 4. Switch right 3 to bring it back to his regular stance. Alley-oop right 180. Into alley-oop left 5. That was very cool. Great run from Owen McKibben. You Rocky Mountain skiers are really putting on a show today at the pipe. Next to drop, Mount Hood Series skier, 1428, Jack Freeberg. Jack supported by mom and dad. Our fourth to last drop. I want to give a big shout out to all the judges out here at Nationals this week. They have quite possibly one of the hardest jobs of the event because unlike some of those bigger events, you know, the X Games, the Dew Tours, and what have yous, we've got so many skiers that come through and they got to give every skier an individual score and rank them top to bottom. Minor hold right now as we get some of these things situated in the booth. And again, next to drop, 1428, Jack Freeberg. And here comes Jack for the first run, pulling in for extra speed. Dropping in to go left wall. There's a left air for Jack on the first hit. Again, Jack coming from the Mount Hood Series, alley-oop left 180 on hit number 2. Word on the street is that Meadows has a really fun 16-foot pipe right now. I might have to check that out when I get back home. Alley-oop right 180 into a right air for Jack as he gets just past the halfway point into a left 360. Coming in switch for a switch pump back to regular, cracking an ollie. And a left air at the end for Jack Freeberg. Next to drop will be bib 1439, Max Winterberger out of the North Tahoe Series. Max supported by All Good Products, Oakley Skiing, Shred Dog Gear, and Tahoe Sports Hub. Wow, look at this. We got some looky-loos on the pipe. Again, if you want to head up and see the action up close and personal, feel free to hike up on the looker's left side of that closure rope. 3 drops left before we get back to the top of the list for run number 2. All right, here comes Mac Winterberger for run 1. Big drop on the 22. And a big air on the first hit for Mac. Winding up on 2. For a cork right 9, pulling a little bit in the flat for some extra speed into a left air on hit 3. He's a speed demon. Flare on the right wall. Crossing the skis up and get a good grab on the left air. And that'll do it for Mac Winterberger from the North Tahoe Series. Next to drop, bib 1425, Hunter Maiden out of the Aspen Snowmass Series. Supported by Aspen Snowmass, Hunter will drop, and then we've got Gavin Higashi on deck for the final drop in the Boys Breaker first runs. As we got a short lull in the action, I want to give another shout-out to our presenting sponsors at Nationals this year, Columbia here at the Halfpipe, Wild Mike's Ultimate Pizza out of Clackamas, Oregon, to be technical, for the Rail Jam. and Woodward Copper for our slopestyle presenting sponsor. Woodward Copper, great deal right now. If you want to get a pass to the barn for next season, they are on sale for the low price of $199. That price will go up, so act fast. And while we're talking about Copper prices, I will let you know that season passes are on sale. I'll tell you more details in a moment, but we've got Hunter dropping in right now. Here we go. Hunter, holy moly. Gigantic inverted left 9. And tail grab on the right wall into a flare on hit 3. That first hit was something to behold. Alley-oop flat 5. Going left into a left 7. Stomping it. My goodness. Using those legs like shock absorbers as he gets into the pipe. Alley-oop right 5 to close things out for Hunter Mayton. And the last drop in run number 1 for the boys breaker division is going to be bib 1430. Gavin Higashi from the Unbound Series. Gavin supported by Merck Optics P3 Freeride and Mammoth Trampoline Club. P3, great little shop there in Mammoth Lakes. Parks, powder, and pipe, whatever your desire is, they can get you covered there if you're ever visiting beautiful Mammoth. Current leaderboard, courtesy of liveheats.com/USASA. Liam Brogdon in 1, Logan Parham in 2, Owen McKibben in 3, Evan Wishmeyer in 4, Jaden Peck in 5, Ryder Hutchinson in 6, Kainoa Pyle in 7, and Mac Winterberger in 8. That may get shaken up a little bit as the scores roll in. Check out the live scoring on the USASA team app or liveheats.com/USASA to keep in touch with those scores as they pop in. And look at that, Hunter in 6th, upsetting that top 8 a little bit after a great first run. We'll see if Gavin Higashi has anything to say about it in just a moment here at the 22-foot pipe at Copper Mountain, Colorado for Day 1 USASA Nationals. And we're off. Gavin rolling in for the first run. Huge left air. And a great right air on the second hit for Gavin. Winding up on 3 for a left 9. Bit of a hip check, but keeping his speed. Alley-oop flat 5. The left direction into a left 5. And that'll do it. Make some noise for Gavin Higashi. We're going to bring it back up to the top for boys breaker run number 2. One other very important announcement to make. Full disclosure, skiing is my second snow sports language. I'm a natural snowboard whisperer, and I've been working hard to make sure that I get all these tricks right. If for some reason I do miscall a trick, fret not. The judges up here are experts in their field, and they don't listen to me anyway. First to drop as we get into run number 2 for the boys breaker is going to be Luke Geiser out of the Aspen Snowmass Series, 14.59. Sounds like the judges are ready down here in the booth for Luke to roll in for the second run. And here comes Luke, seeing if he can crack his way into the top 8 to move on to finals. Luke starting things off with a right air on hit number 1. Left air on hit number 2. Good pop on both of them. Alley-oop left 3 on hit number 3. And coming in for a switch left 360 on the following hit. So good back-to-back 3s into a right 5 for Luke. An alley-oop right 180. Tucking the arms behind the back. That's Luke Geiser from the Aspen Snowmass Series, second run. Next to drop, bib 14.54, Adrian De out of the Rocky Mountain Series. One more time for those of you who maybe joined us a little late in the gallery here. The sun is out, and I want to make sure y'all stay protected. You don't look like a leather handbag in 20 years. I got some sunscreen over at the booth. If you want to lather up, swing by, wave your hand at the fellow with the giant microphone in his face, and I'll toss it over to you. Sounds like judges are ready for Adrian De to drop in, bib 14.54. And here we go. As we got some ops staff throwing up some branding on the pipe, we got Adrian boosting on a left air for the first hit. Back-to-back airs on 1 and 2. And a nice grab on 3 for Adrian. Alley left 180 on the 4th hit. As we get this thing blued out. Left air for Adrian into alley left 180. And there's a left 540 at the bottom of the run for Adrian Du. Next to drop is going to be bib 14.37, Tommy Carmody out of the Appalachian Series. Tommy, supported by Freestyle, your source for adrenaline sports. 14.37 dropping next. Another little tip that I'll throw out for all the folks spectating live here at Copper Mountain is wear some eye protection while you're watching today's events. If y'all remember back in the day when people would sunbathe, they'd have those little like reflective cardboard things they'd hold in front of them. That's basically what this pipe is. It is going to be funneling UVA and UVB rays directly into your peepers. So make sure you got goggles on, sunglasses on, something. You don't want to go snowblind out here at Copper Mountain on day one. Here we go for the next drop. Tommy Carmody dropping in. Tommy starting things off with a left air and right air on hits 1 and 2. He is blazing through the pipe right now. Lots of speed. Flirting with disaster as he dangles a ski over the lip of the pipe on hit number 3. And winding up for a left 360 at the bottom. That's Tommy Carmody out of the Appalachian Series. Next to drop, he was in the top 8, but he got jostled out of position. We're going to have to improve on the score to make it back in. Braden Campopiano out of the Unbound Series. Bib 14.55 dropping next. And we're off. Braden rolling in for the second run again out of the Unbound Series, participating in those lovely regional events at Mammoth Mountain, tucked away in the Sierras. There's a left 5, putting it down on hit 2, into a right 360, coming in switch on 4. Switch air back to regular for Braden. Nice safety on the right side wall as he winds up in the left for a left 540, reverting around to 7, but spilling in the flats. Let's put our hands together for Braden Campopiano. Next to drop, 14.57, Brody Clark out of the Central Oregon Series. We will get to him in one moment. And we're off. Brody Clark approaching the pipe for run number 2. Dipping out of the shade there on the looker's left section of the pipe for a right air on the first hit. Left air on hit 2 for Brody. Alley-oop left 180 on hit number 3. And alley-oop right 180 to complete the combo. Back-to-back alley-oop rotations. A right 360 Coming into Looker's left wall switch for a switch air to regular. Alley-oop left one as he gets into the last few hits of run number 2. And a left 360. Looks like he will call it there. That's Brody Clark out of the Central Oregon Series. Next to drop bib 1426, Bennett Metz out of the Appalachian Series. While we have a bit of a break here, I'll give a special shout-out to all my Boricuas out there. We'll get some salsa pumping a little later on this morning. Heck, I might even throw a little Bad Bunny on. Why not? I'm ready to declare Bad Bunny the mayor of San Juan. And here we go. We got action underway in the pipe for the second runs here. Bennett, again from the Central Oregon Series, taking run number 2. Got some good airs and good edge control in the pipe. Back-to-back on the left and right walls. And keeping the airs flowing through the rest of the run. Let's make some noise for Bennett Metz. I apologize. I said he's out of the Appalachian Series. Next to drop will be Nathan Schuler, bib 1456, out of the Mount Hood Series. Sounds like 1456. Nathan is dropping. And here he comes on Looker's left of the pipe. Getting barreled on this first right air as we've got some snow flowing off the top deck of the pipe. 3 airs to kick things off in run number 2 for Nathan. Nice 360 there and coming in switch. Switch pump back to regular. Nathan incorporating some more airs into the run at around the midpoint of the 22-foot pipe here at Copper Mountain, Colorado. Brought to you in part by our presenting sponsor, Columbia. Nathan getting lots of hits in the pipe right now and airs on both sides of the wall. Alley-oop left 180 for Nathan Schuler. It looked like he was winding up for a left 3, but sat on the tails a little bit. Let's make some noise. Nathan Schuler out of the Mount Hood Series on his second run. Next to drop will be bib 1451, Nolan Street from the Appalachian Series, supported by Snow Creek Mountain Sports. Current leaderboard looks like Liam Brogdon in 1, Logan Parham in 2, Owen McKibben in 3, Evan Wishmeyer in 4, Jaden Peck in 5, Hunter Mayton in 6, Ryder Hutchinson in 7, and Kai Noah Pyle in 8. Here comes Nolan to see if he can say anything about that. Starting things off with a left air on the first hit. Back-to-back airs on 1 and 2 for Nathan. Alley-oop right 180 on hit number 3. Back-to-back alley-oop spins on 3 and 4, and winding up on 5 for another alley-oop rotation. This man is spinning to win right now, going against the fall line of that pipe. Again, for those in the gallery who maybe are unfamiliar with the terminology, that's a alley-oop left 3 and a switch alley-oop right 180. Nolan Street from the Appalachian Series, folks. Next to drop will be bib 1434, Grayson Appel out of the North Tahoe Series, skiing with the North Star team there at North Star and coming out to Nationals to represent for the North Tahoe Series. Spent a few years myself up there in North Tahoe. Big shout out to Agate Bay, a beautiful little slice of life tucked away right off the water of North Tahoe. But I got a lot of love for all my friends in Truckee, Tahoe City, Dollar Point, Incline, and back to the action. Here we go, run number 2, left air for Grayson on the first hit. And a right air to back it up. We'll see if he can improve on that run 1 score in run number 2 here. And again, for the Those of you late to class, we're looking for the top 8 in this division to move on to finals. Alley-oop left 180 for Grayson as he gets into the last few hits of the pipe. There's a left 540. Great rotation, putting it down clean into an alley-oop left 3. And it looks like he'll call it there. That's Grayson Appel from the North Tahoe Series. Next to drop will be bib 1447, Noah Lamb out of the Appalachian Series. Lots of Appalachian Series skiers in today's event, and I can only imagine we're only going to see more of that as the week goes on. We saw them come into the opening ceremonies last night, and they had a pretty substantial squad. Noah Lamb dropping in for run number 2 in just a moment. Once we get through the second runs for the boys breaker division, we will announce the finalists. We'll get them back up top. We're going to do a practice session for the finalists and for the youth men division, in which we have 7 skiers lined up for today. We will do 2 more runs in the afternoon for the men's youth and the boys breaker finals. While we wait on Noah to drop, leaderboard Liam, Logan, Owen, Evan, Jaden, Hunter, Ryder, and Kai Noah. Kai Noah right on the bubble there with a 68.5. That's the score to beat to break your way into the top 8. Current top score is still Liam Brogdon with a 93.25. About a 25-point differential between top and bottom qualifiers. Here comes Noah Lamb from the Appalachian Series. Noah starting things off with a left air and right air on hits 1 and 2. Looking to gain some speed as he makes his way through the pipe, get that momentum up for some higher airs. Alley-oop left 180 and alley-oop right 180 for Noah. There's a pump to switch and a switch pump back to regular for Noah. Skating for a little speed in the flats. Cracking an air on Looker's right wall. And a left air on the following wall. Keeping it moving through the last few hits. And a pump back to switch. Letting it hang, arms down crew. That is Noah. Next to drop is going to be bib 1424, Henry Mahady. Henry out of the North Hampshire Series. Sorry, New Hampshire Series, not North Hampshire Series. 13 years old, first year as a breaker as we get a little dusted out down here at the bottom of the pipe. We caught about 2 or 3 inches of beautiful Colorado snow last night, and it's keeping things exciting today down here. Again, we had a couple DNSs here, so it actually looks like we're looking for 26 skiers in today's event. Still top 8 moving on the finals. Oh, 1449 will be dropping in next. My apologies here. Fisher Gensch out of the Aspen Snowmass Series, supported by Mom and Dad. Fisher, bib 1449, up next. All right, and we're back. Here comes Fisher, run number 2. Japan grab above the lip of the pipe into an alley-oop left 1 on hit number 2. Good left air on hit 3. Back-to-back airs on 3 and 4 for Fisher. Nice grab on the Looker's left wall on 5 and keeping the air train pumping on 6. Skating for some speed as he winds up at the bottom of the pipe for a left 5, revert around to 7. That's Fisher Gensch out of the Aspen Snowmass Series. All right, next to drop will be bib 1448, Logan Parham out of the Rocky Mountain Series. We saw a great run in the first run that got him into second qualifying spot. Currently sitting with an 86.50. If he wants to chase down Liam Brogdon in the top spot, he is going to have to add 6 points to this run to get him to a 94.50. You might be thinking to yourself, well, why does it matter? He's already qualified for finals. And I'll remind you that our finals drop order is predicated on where you finished in your qualifying run. Here we go. Logan rolling in to see if he can bump up a spot in this leaderboard. Starting things off with a left 540 on hit number 1, into a right 540 on hit number 2. Back-to-back fives to start off this second run. Into a flare on hit 3. And alley-oop left flat 5 on hit number 4. Logan's got a great run here. There's a left 7, clapping the skis as he lands on the pipe. Makes some noise. Logan Parham. Next skier to drop is going to be currently standing in 7th. We'll see if we can put a bit of a cushion there to prevent him from getting jostled out of position. Ryder Hutchinson, bib 14.29 from the Aspen Snowmass Series, supported by Orvis. Ryder Hutchinson dropping in next. Again, the bubble score right now is a 68.50, currently held by Kainoa Pyle from the Central Oregon Series. Looks like we've got some red coats stacked up at the top to do a quick slip, and here they come. Ask and ye shall receive. We'll get some of the slough off the walls in the flat here. And look at this. Well, I was going to say full skiers, but we got a couple borders that are going to take care of the flat there. Pains me to admit this as a lifelong snowboarder, but skiers, y'all are just better at slipping pipes than we are. You can get higher up on the transition. Got 2 edges to kind of do like a Gillette Mach 3 style slip. Get all the whiskers out of the pipe. All right, folks, let's make some noise for the slip crew down here. Thank you, slip crew. Ryder Hutchinson is going to be dropping in next for run number 2. Hopefully y'all got a chance to get up on hill yesterday during practice day. I've been having a blast out here at Copper Mountain. I've snowboarded more in the last week than I think I probably have in the last 3 years. Doesn't come as a huge surprise given some of the issues that we've had over the last 2 years. But I'm glad to be back up on here, back up on hill, especially at such a beautiful place like Copper Mountain. If you get a chance, I would highly recommend going over the top, hit that tow rope, the T-bar, and get into the backside. There's some great snow back there, good runs, and generally less populated by some of the less skilled skiers and snowboarders. Not Ryder Hutchinson, though. This guy's got some great maneuvers in the first run. Again, sitting in 7th right now. There's a left 5 on hit number 2 for Ryder in the second run. Alley-oop left 180 on hit number 3. Using that upper body to pump for some speed as he climbs the walls of the 22. There's a alley-oop flat left 3, I believe is the terminology. Switch left 3 to bring it back around to regular. Winding up for a right 360. Coming in switch again on the looker's left wall for a switch left 3. Good speed on this last hit. Crossing the tips there. That'll do it for Ryder Hutchinson. Bib 14.29 out of the Aspen Snowmass Series. Next to drop is going to be bib 1442, Braden Freeman out of the Central Oregon Series. Oh, not dropping next. I apologize. 4-2 DNS, sounds like. They just told me in the bottom. I think he's the one that did the riff. Yeah. All right, so with Braden being attended to, you saw that fall in run number 1. He's going to opt out on run 2. We're going to skip it over to 1438 Jaden Peck out of the Unbound Series, supported by Essentia Water, your home-sold guarantee realty and BC Goggle Company. Jaden Peck, 1438, dropping in next. And here we go for run number 2 for Jaden. Jaden starting things off with a right 5. Right into a left 5. So back-to-back 5s on hits 1 and 2 for Jaden in the second run. Alley-oop left flat 5 on hit 3. And a left 360 to bring around a switch. Here's a switch right 360. And an alley-oop right 180 at the bottom. That is Jaden Peck out of the Unbound Series. Jaden was sitting in 5th. We'll see if that bumps him up any higher. Next skier to drop is Max Lovelace out of the North Tahoe Series, wearing bib 1435. Supported by Oakley, Vocal, Dalbello, Marker, and Blue Zone Sports. Max Lovelace will be doing run number 2 in the boys breaker division in just a moment. All right, here comes Max for run number 2. We'll see what song he gets, courtesy of my computer here. Max starting things off with a flare on the first hit. Heels overhead into a right air on hit 2. Back-to-back airs after the flare for Max on 2 and 3, and keeping it going on 4. Great airs following up that flare. Into an alley-oop left 180, right in the lens there of the photographer. And a spray at the bottom. Max Lovelace, your skier from North Tahoe Series, 1435, second run. Next to drop, currently sitting in 4th place, bib 1432, Evan Wishmeyer from the Rocky Mountain Series. Supported by High Tube, Monster Army, and Switch Designs. I was feeling kind of toasty until that wind kicked up. My ankles are getting a little chilly out here. Again, I need to check out Sorel.com and use that discount code that all the skiers got at registration for 50% off Columbia, Sorel, Prana, and Mountain Hardware. Prana, another great company as well for that maybe higher-end leisure wear. And I would also like to mention, you might be thinking to yourself, you know what, I got plenty of pants and jackets. I don't need to use my Columbia discount code. Columbia's got some great 4-season offerings. So if you are a fly fisher, avid hiker, heck, if you just like to lounge in style, check out some of the other options they have beyond the outerwear. They are the official outerwear partner of USASA, though. Here we go. Back to the action. Evan Wishmeyer on course for the second run. Looking to improve the standings a little bit and doing a great job on the first hit with a lofty left air. Flare on 2 and winding up on 3 for a left 540. Now he's going to get into some of the heaters that we saw in the first run. Right 540 to back up the combo. An alley-oop right 5. Great spin by Evan Wishmeyer. Evan had an 85.50 going into that run. We'll see where it shakes out, but the next to drop is going to be bib 1441. Mr. Palindrome himself, currently sitting in the top spot with a 93 1/4 from the Rocky Mountain Series. Liam Brogdon, supported by Coex. We'll see if we get a sneak peek into what could be Liam's finals run here. We will have a practice before the finals get underway in conjunction with the men's youth division. But here comes Liam. All peepers on the pipe, please. Huge left 5 to kick things off, and a perfect landing. Great transition into a right 5. Back-to-back 5s for Liam on run number 2. And winding up on 3 for a left 7. Coming in switch on 4. Switch right 3. And he ain't done yet. Stalled out, left 5, reverting around to 7. That is Liam Brogdon, your current leaderboard leader, putting the leader in leaderboard. Now we're going to go to the other end of the spectrum. The person sitting on the bubble right now, Kainoa Pyle, currently qualified for finals with a 68.5. But we have 5 skiers left to drop after Kainoa's second run. Wearing bib 1436 and supported by Icelandic Skis, Mount Bachelor, Shershaw Ski Shop, Anon, and Blackstrap Incorporated coming out of the Central Oregon Series. Kainoa Pyle next to drop here in the boys breaker. Looks like Kainoa's pulling in on Looker's left for run 2. Getting the second run kicked off with a good 4 to 5 foot air on that Looker's right wall, winding up on 2 for a left 9, putting it down with ease into flare on the opposite wall. So left 9 flare, still pumping the inverts into a right 7. Ooh, by taking a spill in the flats. That's Kainoa Pyle, 14.36. 5 more drops for the boys breaker division second run. Next to go is 14.45, Owen McKibben from the Rocky Mountain Series. Owen currently sitting in third with an 86 even. He would only need to add 3/4 of a point to unseat Logan Parham from second place and bump himself back a little bit in the finals drops. Here he comes. The final spot is locked. It is statistically impossible for him to get knocked out. And he's up, takes a licking, and keeps on ticking. We saw no decks during Snowboard Week. That is the first here at Ski Week. Losing a ski, and a big shout out to the photographer on the deck for helping him out with the equipment. My goodness, Owen must be made a Laffy Taffy to take a hit like that and pop right back up. I know for some of us up here in the gallery in the booth, if we did something like that, we'd be laid up for probably 2 or 3 weeks. I might consider shuffleboard as another activity. He's up, and he's going to finish out this second run, put on a little show here for the folks in the gallery and all the folks at home tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Look at this. My God. Holy cow. Make it loud for Owen McKibben. Boggles the mind. All right, next to drop 14.28, Jack Freeberg out of the Mount Hood Series, supported by mom and dad. Jack's going to be looking to do a little bit of work here to crack into the top 8. And we're off. Here we go. Jack's on course. Left air into an alley-oop left 180 on the second for Jack in run number 2. Alley-oop right 180 on hit 3. And pulling for some speed on 4. Incorporating a grab it in his air into a left 3. Coming in switch towards the looker's right wall. Switch air back to regular. And a left air to cap things off. That's Jack Freeberg out of the Mount Hood Series. All right, announcement from the top. No exiting on the east side. I will do my best to get a little more information on what exactly that entails. Oh, I got it. Okay. Y'all are using cardinal directions. So my request to everyone in the gallery is that we are not going to go to our left when we leave. Everything is going to go to the right past the rail jam course when you are taken off either at lunch or at the end of the day. Left side's a little sketchy. We got some cross traffic with the slopes, and it's a little steep. So please, if you are leaving, swing through Looker's right on the way out. Max Winterberger is going to be dropping in next from the North Tahoe Series, bib 14.39, supported by All Good Products, Oakley Skiing, Shred Dog Gear. Mac is also supported by Tahoe Sports Hub. Mac Winterberger dropping in next. Mac sitting right outside, qualifying for the top spot. Needs to add 1.5 points to this run from his first score. We'll see if he can do it. Here comes Mac. Mac, huge air as the breeze kicks up. Gives him a little more lift into a cork right 9. Left air after the 9 from Mac. And a nice flare on the looker's right wall as Black Sabbath pulls in down here at the booth. Pulling for some speed in the flats for a right 5. And a little more speed for a left 360. That's Mac Winterberger. We're down to the last 2 drops in the second drops of the boys breaker division. Next up is going to be bib 1425, Hunter Mayton out of the Aspen Snowmass Series. Skiing with Aspen Snowmass, 1425 Hunter will be dropping next. And finally, 1430 Gavin Higashi, the last drop of the boys breaker second runs. Don't forget, while we got a slight delay on the action for the last 2 drops, you can get all of the photos that are being taken by the staff photographers out here at USASA Nationals by checking out the USASA Team app available on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store and hitting the Event Photos button, or pull up a browser and go to smugmug.usasa.com. Here we go. Back to the action. Hunter is rolling in for the second run. Hunter, huge speed. My goodness, gigantic left cork 9 to start off run number 2. Into a cork right 9. Back-to-back 9s for Hunter. Into a flare on hit 3. Great start to run number 2. alley flat left 5 on the 4th hit. My man is really putting on a demo right now. Left 7 coming in switch for a switch right 5. He got me caught up down here in the booth. Make some noise, Hunter Mayton. Definitely looking to improve on that 6th place spot that he's holding down from run number 1. And I got a feeling that's going to do some solid work for him on the leaderboard. Yeah, that switch 5 was really incredible, keeping us on our toes down here in the booth. Next to drop 1430, Gavin Higashi out of the Unbound Series, supported by Merck Optics, P3 Freeride, and Mammoth Trampoline Club. Gavin Higashi will be closing out the second run for the boys breaker division, and I will be back to let you know how things are going to stack out for finals. Here comes Gavin for run number 2. Final qualifying run for the boys breakers. Big left air to kick things off. Back-to-back airs on 1 and 2 for Gavin. Winding up on 3 for a left 9, but lying down on the tips. Landing a little low on the transition. Rotation was great. There's an alley flat left 5. All right, make some noise for Gavin and all of the boys breakers in our qualifying runs this morning. We're going to get some things tabulated in the booth down here, and then I will be back to let y'all know who you can expect to see in finals a little later on this morning. Hard to believe it's not even high noon here at Copper Mountain, and we've already burned through the boys breaker qualifying runs. Again, for the afternoon crowd, we're going to have men's youth division, 7 skiers lined up for that, and another 8 drops times 2 for the boys breakers. All right, you may have been able to get the scoop on me on this if you've been checking out liveheats.com/USASA. But this is going to be your drop order. So the first name that I'm going to say qualified in 8th. This is the order of drop for the finals. In 8th place, dropping first from the Central Oregon Series, Kai Noah Pyle. In 7th, dropping second, Ryder Hutchinson. In 6th, dropping third, Hunter Maiden. In 5th, dropping 4th, Jaden Peck. In 4th, dropping 5th, Evan Wishmeyer. In 3rd, dropping 6th, Owen McKibben. In 2nd, dropping 7th, Logan Parham. And in dropping 8th, but qualifying first, you know what? I take this back. I don't think mine are refreshed. I apologize. We're getting back to this. What does yours say? All right, I'm going to do this one more time by peeking over at Kim Raymer's board. We're going on to youth, but I'm trying to get the drop order for finals. All right, so I'm going to give you all bib numbers. These are the bibs that are going on to finals. 1436, 1429, 1438, 1432, 1445, 1448, 1441, and 1425. All right, so I have the names, and I apologize for that little mishap. These are the skiers that you can expect to see in finals. Kai Noah Pyle, Ryder Hutchinson, Jaden Peck, Evan Wishmeyer, Owen McKibben, Logan Parham, Liam Brogdon, and Hunter Mayton. That's your finalists. I will let you know that in 1 second. Folks, we are going to let you know when we're going to do finals. We're figuring that out in the booth as we speak. We've got a lot of requests, and we're doing our best. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to do one run practice for finals, and then we're getting right into boys breaker finals. After that, we will do a 45-minute practice for the men's youth division to come through later on this afternoon. So if you are up here to watch the boys breakers, don't go anywhere. Get a sneak peek of what you can expect in these finals runs. One run final, and then we're getting things underway. One more time for the cheap seats. This is the drop order for finals. Kai Noah Pyle, Ryder Hutchinson, Jaden Peck, Evan Wishmeyer, Owen McKibben, Logan Parham, Liam Brogdon, and Hunter Mayton. That's your top 8 moving on to finals after one run practice. talking about. That's all I did yesterday. Well, at least he listens to you. Shoot. Can't say the same about a lot of the kids out here. at one point, and I was like, "Oh, it's like good. You can't like go fast. It's not great riding." But I was like, "The snow's fucking great."
Yeah.
All right.
What's the live training?
All right, so it looks like we're getting through these practice runs here. We're going to get all the skiers back up to the top, get a quick slip, and then we'll get things underway for the finalists, the top 8 from the boys breaker division. 2 more runs. We're going to clear the slate. Nothing before this moment matters anymore, except for drop order, of course. But we're going to start with a fresh 0-0 across the board. Judges will get these skiers stacked out, and then we'll find out, courtesy of liveheats.com/USASA, who's going to go home with some medals. We'll be doling those out down in the village just after 4 p.m. each day of nationals. And we'd love to see you come out and support, even if your athlete did not end up on the podium. It's always a bit of a party there for awards, and we'd love to have you join us. All right, we got the slip crew coming through, and we got Taylor pushing away. We've got tons of great photos happening this week, and you can find them at smugmug.usasa.com or click the event photos tab in the USASA team app, available on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. And here's the best part. Now, you know when you go to Disney and they take your photo on the log flume ride? Yeah, maybe you can see it on the TV screen after you get off the ride. But if you want to take home a copy, that's going to set you back like, I don't know, $40,000. Not at SmugMug. No. They've got high-resolution photos up from each day of USASA Nationals right there on that website or on the team app. And you can just go to it, right-click, save as, and it's yours. Show it to the folks back home. And like I said, those photographers, they're not just shooting the action. No, they're getting some of the gallery down here at the bottom of the pipe. They're going to be shooting at awards. So you might be able to get a great little portrait from your time out here at Nationals, regardless of whether or not you're competing.
Dude, I looked through so many photos yesterday. On the bright side, I was talking to someone, I was like, I got to get my resume together. Oh, I have photos that are like me in front of like hundreds of people, and I can say, yeah, a national event. I'm a big swinging dick over here. Like, book me for your next event.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to do a little self-dealing here. Yeah, if you need a host at a event, weddings, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, class reunions. Heck, if you just want somebody to crack jokes while your buddies and you shoot pool in your little man cave, come talk to me after the event. I'll give you my day rate. I'll make another announcement for while we wait for finals to get things underway for Boys Breaker. If you are in need of some sun protection, I got a lovely bottle of Copper Tone Sport over here. And seeing as I threw out about 4 bottles of expired sunscreen, I'm happy to share. Swing by. I'll toss it over to you. If anybody's seen Jaden Peck, or if you got a phone number for Jaden, tell him to get to the top ASAP, please. While we are waiting for these skiers to make their way up to the top to take their first run in the Boys Breaker Final, I do want to throw out some announcements here. Again, you're going to hear me hooting and hollering about it all week. Get that team app. USASA team app available on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. That's where you're going to find the start list, live timing, results, and all the happenings as they happen here at Nationals 2022 at Copper Mountain. You're also going to get those free photo downloads from SmugMug by hitting the event photo tab on the app or visiting smugmug.usasa.org. If you've got some folks at home who couldn't make their way out to Copper Mountain to see it in person, check out USASA on YouTube for live stream daily of awards, Rail Jam, and Halfpipe. Subscribe to the USASA channel on YouTube so you don't miss a heat. You can also catch us streaming on Facebook and Instagram as well. We've got some limited edition USASA merch so you can let all the folks back home know that you spent your spring break here at Copper Mountain, Colorado, watching the nation's best free skiers compete. You can get that limited edition merch in the registration area. They've got a booth set up right there, open from 9 to 5 daily. Grab your size before they sell out. If you're planning on seeing any Rail Jam action later on this week, we've still got tickets available for the Rail Jam VIP Lounge. The tickets are a tax-deductible donation to USASA, and they give you front-row heated seats with s'mores for the kids and the adults, and some booze on hand for those of you who are 21 and over. Click the Support the Journey tab in the team app to get your tickets or visit the table by registration. Finally, we have the 50-50 raffle. If you scan the QR code on the Jumbotron down by the stage, you can put some money on the line. We're going to take all the money, put it in a big pile, split it half between supporting USASA. The other half is going to go to one lucky winner. Do that by scanning that QR code down at the bottom. And finally, if you want to snag a free lift ticket here at Copper, we're still looking for volunteers for this week. Swing by the USASA office right by the registration area to find out more about that opportunity. and give back a little bit to the org, and we will give back to you with some lift ticket action at Copper. Also, if you want to check out some more action that's happening, I know I submitted some clips to Trisha to see if I could get on it. We've got social media for USASA. We are at USASA Snow. And if you are shooting any photos or taking any video, hit it with hashtag USASA and or hashtag we, the letter R, USASA. We're on TikTok as well, too. So if you feel like doing, I don't know, some viral dance while you're skiing down the slopes of Copper Mountain, Colorado, tag us on there and check out our account as well. Big thank you to the presenting sponsor of Halfpipe here at Nationals this year, Columbia. They are the official outerwear partner of USASA, and they're trying to get y'all laced up with some cool gear with those 50% off coupons put in the skiers bags that all athletes got at registration. Good for Columbia.com, Prana.com, MountainHardware.com, and, of course, Sorel.com. Some of the other presenting sponsors here at Nationals is Wild Mike's Ultimate Pizza out of Oregon. They are the presenting sponsor at the Rail Jam course. They're so honored to support USASA this season, and they're stoked to be here at Copper Mountain to cheer on all of the competitors. You're going to get some coupon codes for Wild Mike's as well. It's going to get you discounts on merch. And I believe they also have a couple BOGO coupons if you want to check out your local grocer and grab some Wild Mike's Ultimate Pizza. Our other presenting sponsor here at Nationals this week is Woodward Copper for the slopestyle course. Are you looking to progress your skills over the summer? You can sign up for Woodward Copper Summer Camp by April 30th and save $150. You can also get those barn passes for next season for the low price of $199. While we're talking about Copper Mountain season passes are on sale. The prices are going up on May 10th. So if you are planning on spending some time here at Copper next year, grab your ticket before the price goes up. And here is quite possibly one of the best deals I've seen in the snow sports industry, I don't know, ever. They're taking some notes from Denny's and Perkins. If you buy a adult season pass here at Copper, kids under 15 will ski free with you. Passes are on sale now. Grab yours before May 10th for the lowest price available. Free lift tickets for 15 and under. That seems like a really high age cutoff, too. Usually it's like 8 and under. But no, you can have teenagers come out here and rip the parks while you're, I don't know, cruising some groomers or maybe ripping parks yourself. Who knows? The world is your oyster here at Copper Mountain. Grab a season pass. Come join us again for the 2022-23 season.
They had a squad last week that were in full, like, synchronization. It was like, very cool to watch. Yeah.
As we get these blue lines marked out, we're going to get into finals momentarily.
Perfect. Cool. I think day 4 is supposed to be not nice. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. There was one morning I got up, I was coming out, and I looked at the little weather app. It's like, oh, it's 9 degrees at Copper Mountain. I was like, brother, you know that shit ain't gonna happen. Yeah, right. You don't need like one of those big ones. If they just brought up the regular barbecue tank, it would run one of these heaters for all day easily. Probably could have done all these. Because like I think everyone, well, with the exception of the online stuff, I don't know, like that first day was just really, really. But I mean, it's like cafeteria food. It's frozen pizza. Oh, they have so many. I'm gonna go take a stop. I'm gonna pull my chest freezer. And there's like boxes. I think it says like Dana stuff, but there's boxes of envelopes. They all have. I will say they were giving them out at registration. So some people may have gotten them, but Definitely not my No. I was talking to Spenny and Sherman and all those guys about it. Glad to see it back up and running. I'll tell you the whole story behind that when we just cut this snow team. It paid out all the contracts. So a couple of those guys got big windfalls. Well, Alex, yeah, I don't know, but like it was. Have a little phoenix rising from the ashes.
All right, it sounds like we are getting ready. We're moments away from run number 1 in the finals. First drop is going to be Kainoa Pyle from the Central Oregon Series. And here comes Kainoa as I speak for run number 1 in the finals. Qualified in the 8th spot, dropping first and getting things rolling with the right air on the first wall. Lots of speed into 2 for a left 9. Oh, but taking it to the hip in the flats. Get a couple more hits in the pipe before closing out the first run. All right, let's make some noise for Kainoa out of the Central Oregon Series. Next to drop, it's going to be bib 1429, Ryder Hutchinson from Aspen Snowmass Series. Supported by Orvis, Ryder dropping in next. To the sweet sounds of Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young here in the booth. Judges are ready for Ryder to drop in for the first run in finals. Again, all these fellas already beat out about 20 other skiers just to be in the finals. So this is an accomplishment in and of its own, but let's see who can end up on the podium at the end of the day. Ryder getting things rolling with the right air on hit 1, winding up on 2 for a left 540. Solid landing as he moves into hit 3 for a right air. Setting up for the looker's left wall on a left air. Ryder winding up for alley-oop flat 3. Is that the correct terminology? And there's a alley-oop left 360. Switch left 3, sorry. Right air for Ryder. And a big left air outside of the lip of the pipe. Make some noise, Ryder Hutchinson for run number 1. Next to drop will be the mystery man. We were trying to hunt him down so we get things rolling. 1438, Jaden Peck out of the Unbound Series, supported by Essentia Water, your home sold guaranteed realty, and BC Goggle Company. Jaden Peck dropping in next. Judges got the pencil sharpened in the booth here. You can see that wind blade up top blowing pretty fierce. All right, here we go. We're off with Jaden on the first run in finals boys breaker. Jaden getting things started with a right 5 on the first hit. Back-to-back 5s on 1 and 2. Spinning both directions, something that the judges definitely like to see. Alley-oop left flat 5. And winding up on the fourth for a left 360. Coming in switch for a switch right 360 for Jordan. Sorry, Jaden. And there's an alley-oop 180 at the bottom of the run. Jaden Peck makes some noise. Now we're going to throw it to a Rocky Mountain Series skier supported by Haichu, Monster Army, and Switch Designs. Bib 1432, Evan Wishmeyer. Evan qualified in the 5th spot. dropping 4th here in the finals, right around the middle of the pack. But again, like I said earlier, everything that happened prior to these runs does not affect the score anymore. So we're starting on a clean slate, and here comes Evan. Evan starting off run number 1 with a lofty air on the looker's left wall into a flare Japan on hit number 2, winding up on 3 for a left 540. So flare into a left 5 into a right 5. Great combo so far for Jaden. Alley-oop flat right 5, and the crowd goes wild for Evan Wishmeyer. Great run. Good diversity of rotations and inverts. We're going to throw it over to Owen McKibben next from the Rocky Mountain Series, bib 1445. Owen McKibben dropping in next. All right, and we are getting underway with Owen McKibben. Or at least I thought we were. Slight hold. And now we're back to the action. Owen McKibben dropping in bib 1445 for first run in Boys Breaker Finals. Winding up on hit number 1 for a left 540. Smooth controlled spin into a right 540. Good back-to-back 5s as he winds up on the 3rd for a left 720. Coming in switch for a switch right 3. So 4 rotations in a row. Let's make it 5 with an alley-oop right 180 for Owen. And there's an alley-oop left flat 5. Putting the arm up. That's Owen McKibben. Great run. Consistent tricks from top to bottom. Doing it with style and ease. Throwing it over to qualified in the 3rd spot, Logan Parham. 1448 from the Rocky Mountain Series. Logan dropping in next. We saw great runs in qualifiers, and we're looking to keep that going here in finals. All right, here we go. Run number 1 for Logan dropping in. Logan is in and back out on a left 5 on the first hit. Winding up on hit number 2 for a right 5. So back-to-back 5s to start off run 1 for Logan. Into a flare on hit number 3. Alley-oop left flat 5 on 4. And winding up for a left 720 on 5. That is Logan Parham out of the Rocky Mountain Series. Next drop is going to come courtesy of another Rocky Mountain Series skier, supported by Co-X, bib 1441, the palindrome Liam Brogdon. Qualified in the 2nd spot and is dropping 7th in finals. 7th out of 8. Liam Brogdon up next. Current leaderboard looks like Owen McKibben in 1st, Evan Wishmeyer in 2nd, and Logan in 3rd. All right, here comes Liam for his first run in the Boys Breaker Finals as the wind picks up a little bit. He's flying. Holy cow, huge left 5 into a right 5, back-to-back 5s. There's a left 7. Grabbing mute as he rotates that 720 into a switch right 3. And there's a left 9, putting it down and riding away. Liam Brogdon from the Rocky Mountain Series. All right, our last drop in the first runs for the boys' finals. It's going to be bib 1425, Hunter Mayton out of the Aspen Snowmass Series. Skiing with the Aspen Snowmass team. Hunter dropping last thanks to qualifying in first during the first two runs. Looks like the current leaderboard is Liam in the gold medal position, Owen in silver, and Evan in bronze. We'll see what Hunter has to say about that as he skates in. Looks like he's got a follow cam. My goodness. Gigantic left nine tail. Getting off axis into a right nine tail. He's off to a great start. We saw a lot of back-to-back fives to open up runs. He's doing back-to-back nines. Alley-oop left flat 5. Left 7. Coming in switch. He's still got like 2 or 3 hits here. Switch right 3. And he'll call it there. That's Hunter Mayton. My goodness. Back-to-back nines to kick off the run. We'll see how that stacks up against the 7 scores that we have on the board. We're going to throw it back up to the top of the list for run number 2. I am rapidly refreshing up here in the booth. We got great first runs. Not too many mishaps in the first. All right, well, no surprise. Hunter taking the top spot in the leaderboard right now with a 90-50. The rundown moving through that is Liam Brogdon with the 86-25, Owen McKibben with an 82-75, Evan Wishmeyer with a 77.25, Logan Parham with a 73-75, Jaden Peck 63-75, and then the last 2 spots going to Ryder, Hutchinson, and Kainoa Pyle. So we're going to get all those skiers back up for the second runs, and we're going to kick things off with Logan, currently sitting in 5th. Bib 1448. We went through those runs pretty quick, so I have a sneaking suspicion some of these skiers are making their way down to the funnel right now at the top of the course. While we're talking about that, I want to give a big shout-out to Jess Basil and all of the lovely folks at the top of the pipe, herding all of the cats, making sure that we keep the drop orders good and timely. Don't forget, we got more pipe action later on this afternoon. After we get through the finals run for the boys breakers, we're going to take a short break for a 45-minute practice for the men's youth division, and then we're going to run through the men's youth runs 1 and 2. No finals for the men's youth, so it's going to be the first 2. Top one counts, bottom one gets tossed. Sounds like judges are ready for Logan Parham out of the Rocky Mountain Series to drop 1448. Nope, I'm sorry, that's the wrong call. I take that back. We're looking for Evan Wishmeyer. I'm getting it all across the board wrong. Kainoa Pyle is on course. That I can confirm. 14.36 from Central Oregon Series. Starting off with a couple airs into a left 9 on the looker's left wall as the sun hits high noon. Nice flare on the opposite wall to back up the 9. Back-to-back inverts for Kainoa into a right 7, but taking it to the hip. Make some noise for Kainoa Pyle out of the Central Oregon Series. All right. Now we're going to throw it to Ryder Hutchinson, bib 1429 out of the Aspen Snowmass Series, supported by Orvis. My apologies for the frantic list of skiers that I dropped there. All right, judges are ready for Ryder to come on through for the second run in finals here for the boys breaker. And here comes Ryder. Ryder rolling in some great light for those photos, courtesy of the Smug Mug friends. Left 5 on hit number 2 for Ryder. And a right air on the following wall. Keeping the airs pumping through the last 2 hits. Winding up on 3 for alley-oop flat left 3. And there's a switch left 3 to bring it back around to the old forward orientation. Right side 540. And a left 5. So back-to-back 5s. And an air on the right wall. That'll do it. Make some noise for Ryder Hutchinson. All right, now we're on to the mystery man. 1438, Jaden Peck out of the Unbound Series. Supported by Essential Water, your home sold guaranteed realty, and BC Goggle Company. Jaden Peck dropping in next. Current leaderboard, we got Hunter, Liam, and Owen in the top 3 spots. And here comes Jaden Peck from the Unbound Series for run number 2. Jaden starting things off with a right 5 into a left 5. So there's the back-to-back 5 combo that we saw a little earlier. Very sideways rotation into a left 3, coming in switch on the opposite wall for a switch left 3. Sorry, switch right 3, my apologies. Alley-oop right 180. All right, let's make it loud for Jaden Peck. Next to drop, fan favorite here at the bottom of the pipe from the Rocky Mountain Series, Evan Wishmeyer, supported by High Chew, Monster Army, and Switch Designs. Evan currently right outside the podium, 4th place, is going to need to add about 5.5 points to get into medal position. I'll tell you what, the fellas in the breaker division are setting the bar pretty high. We're seeing some amazing antics out of these young fellas. Well, there's only more in store for the next 3 days here at Nationals. All right, it sounds like Evan's ready to drop up top. So get those palms warm to make some noise as he comes down for run number 2 in the Boys Breaker Finals. And here we go. Evans on course, 1432. Evan with a humongous left 9. Flare on the opposite wall to back up the 9 into a left 5 on hit number 3. Evan winding up on 4 for a right 5. Back-to-back 5s. Into alley flat right 5. Stomping it. That is Evan Wishmeyer. All right, next drop is going to be bib 1445, Owen McKibben from the Rocky Mountain Series. Owen currently sitting in 3rd place with an 82.75. Owen's going to need about 3 3.75 points to unseat Liam Brogdon from 2nd. And looks like about 8 points even to take the top spot from Hunter Mayton. Sounds like the judges are ready for 14.45, Owen McKibben. And here comes Owen dropping in. Big drop on the 22 and a lot of speed. Great left 9 tail. Winding up on the right side wall for a right 5. So 9 to 5 to 7 on the left side. Coming in switch for a switch right 3. Owen's got a great run going so far. Alley-oop right side 180. Just letting it breathe up there in the breeze. And a flat left 5. Pumping the arms. That's Owen McKibben, Rocky Mountain Series rider. All right, next drop is going to be bib 1448, Logan Parham out of the Rocky Mountain Series. 1448 dropping in next. Logan's currently sitting in 5th with a 73.75. All right, it looks like the top 3 as it stands right now. Hunter Maiden with a 90.50. Owen McKibben with an 88.25. And Liam Brogdon with an 86.25. Logan in 5th with a 73.75. So got to add some substance to this second run to break into the top 3. Great day out here at Copper Mountain. We've got some sun. We were a little short on sun supply during snowboard week, but it's nice to see it back out here for day 1 of USASA Nationals. We're almost at the perfect light conditions where both sides of the wall are going to be fully illuminated. But it looks like the competitors have had no problem dealing with the shady side in qualifiers and in finals. Lots of high scores here. These skiers busted their humps all season long to get these runs together so they could come out and represent their series and themselves at Nationals this year. So glad to be back here at Copper Mountain after taking a bit of a hiatus. A forced hiatus, if you will. But we're back and better than ever. Again, next drop is going to be 14.48 Logan Parham out of the Rocky Mountain Series. All right, it sounds like Logan's ready to drop. Get ready. We're getting into the last 3 drops of the finals for boys breakers. All right, and here we go for Logan's second run. Looking to bump up into the top 3. Let's see if he can do it in this run right here. That's a great way to start things off. Lofty left 5 on the first hit. Into a right 5 on hit number 2. Logan with back-to-back 5s into a flare on the third. Winding up on 4 for alley-oop left 5. Perfect rotation, putting it down clean and winding up for a left 9. There you go. Logan Parham out of the Rocky Mountain Series. I love seeing the excitement from some of the skiers as they stomp these runs. You see those fist pumping. I love it when a plan comes together, you know what I mean? Next to drop is going to be Liam Brogdon, currently sitting in 3rd position with an 86.25, skiing in the Rocky Mountain Series, supported by Coex, bib 14.41, the palindrome man, Liam Brogdon, dropping in next. And then we will have our final drop from Hunter Mayton, currently sitting in the top spot with a 90.50. So we'll see what Liam can do. Maybe he can unseat Owen for silver or Hunter for gold, but Hunter will have an opportunity to answer back with his second run in just a moment. This is when the mind games come into play, folks. It's not just about what you can do, it's how and when you can do it. One more time, if you're waiting on the men's youth division, we're going to wrap up finals here for the boys breaker. Take a short 45-minute break for practice, and then we're going to come back for some more action a little later this afternoon once I get a fresh pair of socks on. It's getting a little chilly out here with the breeze kicking up, but it's keeping the snow conditions amazing. So if you are here for the breaker action, get up on hill and lay down some carbs for me, because I don't think I'm going to be making it up there today. All right, here he comes, Liam Brogdon on course for run number 2. Seeing if he can bump up, improve his standings. Colossal left 5. Oh! A little too much mustard on the old hot dog as the re-entry put him in the flat. All right, we are going to get somebody to swing on through and see what's going on. All right, he is back up. We're hoping this is more of a frustration thing than an injury thing. It looks like he's being pretty nimble, lost the ski there. Maybe cracking the back a little. Going to get checked out by ski patrol.
I almost like when they go with like a low rotation spin on things like that because it just looks so beautiful. Yeah.
All right, it appears that Liam's back up and maybe drop something in the pipe. It looks like we may have an equipment issue here for Liam. He's going to cruise down while patrol hikes back up, looks like. All right, let's make some noise for Liam as he comes down on that single ski. Liam, I just want to let you know, us up in the booth, we love that first hit, and we're looking forward to seeing some more skiing from you later on this week and hopefully next year as well. So that means one thing. Currently sitting at the top of the leaderboard with a 90-50. This is going to be a bit of a victory lap for Hunter Mayton from the Aspen Snowmass Series. So we may see something special here, folks. All right, judges are ready to see what Hunter's got in store for us in this second run. Has secured his position in the gold medal spot. We will see him up on the podium later on today. All right, folks, get a good seat. We'll sell you the whole seat. You only need the edge of it right now. Here comes Hunter. And he ain't holding back. No siree, Bob. Left cork 9 to kick things off. Nice air on the right wall, grabbing tail into a flare on hit 3. Getting a little bobbled, but keeping the composure together. Air above the lip of the pipe on hit 4. Nice left air on 5, and that'll do it. Make some noise for the last drop in the winner, Hunter Maiden. All right, that will do it for the boys breaker division here at the Halfpipe today. We're going to keep the pipe exclusive to the men's youth practice for the next 45 minutes or so. I will check back in with you with a more concrete time. We're going to do about 45 minutes of practice, 15 minutes of course closure to make sure we got everything squared away. And then we will get underway with men's youth division. Word on the street is there's a DNS already, so it's down to 6. Men's youth will go quick, and then we'll get you back up on the slopes or maybe back in a comfy seat down at Duke's for the afternoon après. Either way, we got more action in store here at the Halfpipe today and at the Halfpipe all week long. We're going to have Halfpipe events every single day of National Ski Week. Big thanks to our presenting sponsor, Columbia, the official outerwear partner of USASA and the presenting sponsor of Halfpipe here at Nationals. Now would be a great time to go get some lunch and check out Columbia.com, Prana.com, MountainHardware.com, and Sorel.com. I was peeking at Sorel a little bit during practice for finals, and I think I got my eyes on a nice pair of new boots for me. See if we can match in style, grab some gear, and look good up and off hill. We'll check back in with you in a little while to give you some more info about men's youth division later on. But in the meantime, enjoy some of the rays, some of the snow, and some of the great weather out here at Copper Mountain, Colorado.